Welcome to your Inspirational Astrology Horoscope for Wednesday, May 28th, 2014. I am Astrologer David Palmer, the Leo King, here to illuminate the collective consciousness. On Friday at 12 p.m. Pacific, I am doing my live webinar going deep into June 2014 to cover the whole month, all the transits that are happening, but more importantly, a Mercury retrograde, Jupiter on its last full month in Cancer, and Mars going to hump over the Cardinal Cross energy. This is definitely a live event you are not going to want to miss. Check out my registration link at my website, inclusiveiastrology.com. And here we go. We have made it to the new moon in Gemini. This is a powerful day because this is setting the intention in our lives for a new beginning. This is going to set the intention of the month. But this is a very powerful new moon because it's happening in Gemini. The sign of change, the sign of bringing in our thought patterns, more importantly, figuring things out, answering questions, logically making sense of things. But this is a very rare new moon. It is squaring Neptune, the planet of deception, the planet of confusion, the planet of spirituality, the planet of not thinking, the planet of not making sense of reality. Woo! So as we set this new intention this month, and especially as even if we look at today, wow, this is going to play with you. Do you have it figured out or not? Are you going in the right direction or not? I talk about direction because we've been talking about, if you've been watching all my horoscopes, about Mars and how it's been coming back, moving forward again, and there's been this energy starting to build up of taking action and picking a road, picking a direction, looking at our identification, weighing things out. And this new moon is highlighting Mars. It's making a powerful trine over this next couple days. This is about becoming clear on direction and paths. But we're really going to have to work on our intellect, our intuition, and we're having to learn to follow the signs. This is the biggest test the universe can give you in following your intuition. Because when we have the sun and the moon in Gemini, wanting to figure it out, wanting to question, wanting to logically understand all this, and a planet Neptune, basically putting on a hard aspect, it's saying that we need to logically understand the signs. We need to follow spirit. We need to follow our guidance systems. This is about checking your GPS, making sure it works. Your internal one, that is. This is also such a crazy and powerful day because Mercury's on its last day in Gemini and it humps into Cancer after this new moon. So all this stimulation of Gemini and logically, and then it comes into Cancer and emotionally and trying to express maybe our feelings. Maybe it's time for us to let some feelings out. So I think that this new moon is all about getting rid of the blocks of our questions, the blocks of not knowing which direction this is all going, uncovering the deceptions that maybe we've been playing with ourselves, maybe even in parts of your life too. That's always part of this. But it's going to highlight if you were on a logical path or a tag team of logical and intuitive path. Making sense of what the intuition, the guidance systems, the stars, the planets are saying. Or are you just trying to logically play the best chess match you can? We just finished a dark moon in Taurus, which is about maybe letting go of things that your worth needs to let go of in order to really attain it. I had some really amazing opportunities come my way yesterday in television. And I turned them down because they weren't part of who I was and my journey and what the Leo King's about. So in many ways, in my life, it played out in the part where, you know what? Even it could be the greatest thing and make you feel like your value system's there. But where's the truth, the higher vibration in your life now? Where is the true guidance system coming in? And my guidance knew that there's a better plan, knew that there's a better show, knew that there's a better opportunity out there for me, even though it seems like so logically, oh my gosh, take it, dude. This could be fame, fortune, all these things. But it didn't follow my true spiritual path. And in our lives right now, that tune is playing heavily with this. Yes, Gemini wants to get things moving and going and change, and especially as it's trining Mars. So there's all this energy of just, we've got to go. But remember, we got a Mercury retrograde here in a week. We are not out of a Mars shadow period that hasn't even begun yet. And that's why I've been telling everybody, if you watch my webinars and all this about, this portal of March 1st to July 27th is because this is a portal of incubation period of wild change and getting to the facts and learning to follow your intuition and getting things moved and crazy destinies happening. And, you know, trust your inner guidance system right now. Look at making sure that you're understanding where that is, because that's what this is highlighting. On top of that, Venus moves out of Aries today and then comes into Taurus, its natural sign of manifesting. So there's this big buildup as we start the day and this peak, and then all the energy shifts really fast as then we start to maybe need to communicate our feelings today. Then our value systems come. And I think that that moon in Taurus that we had the last couple of days really starts to pay off with the delivering of some sort of gift today. Of maybe you'll start to see that new sense of worth come out today. Maybe some sort of thing happens today in your life, especially with a new moon triggering this all. This could be a day of really radical and positive things. The one issue is, are they the right things for you? Are they the things that feel like they're coming from spirit? Or are you going to just pick the logical path? You know, I think this is where we need to find a tag team of both. And look at the signs and feel God in our life. Feel our angels. Feel spirit guiding us. This is going to highlight if that internal GPS is on or off today as well. The negative is this might show you that you're way off. You're way off track. Maybe the energies that's coming towards you that you're trying to do might be exposing deception all over it and confusion. And yes, I know this is a confusing period because Mars is still in a quincunx with Neptune, and this is highlighting that weird angle. Remember, we have Chiron as well, which is in Pisces. We're having to learn to trust our gut, trust our intuition, even when it all logically doesn't make sense, even when there's, only spiritual, weird, mystical signs. And this is about making sure you're not living in a fantasy that won't make sense logically, but also at the same time making sure you are living in a fantasy, because how boring is it to just live by the numbers? So a really weird catch-22. Let's see what the card has to say. Oh man, this is the Two of Cups upright. What a union that we are bringing today. And this could also be with relationships, and especially as Venus comes out of Aries and comes into Taurus. I think we wrap up what we want today in our partnerships, what we're ready for. This union of us really filling up the beauty of there's some sort of healing today. Because I always look at this card as the healing energy of bringing two people's true emotional, and this is also the card of sex too, just by the way, but this true emotional connection. And it's healed because you're seeing eye to eye. You're seeing intimately 100%. And today I think we need to be intimate and connected with our higher self, our higher vibration, our inner guidance system, and trust that no matter how logically things might seem like that road's right, the numbers by spirit might not add up. And we need to find a path where the numbers add up and the intuition, because you can have both. This is a month that's going to prove to you that dreams can come true, even if it logically doesn't make sense, but that also dreams can come true even when the logic is like, doesn't make sense. So, weird paradigm there. But that we can have this commitment with our trust. We can have this commitment with seeing through the cracks. Test this. Communicate your feelings now. Mercury coming into Cancer is going to want you to let it out. Speak your emotions. Understand them. Write them out. Blog them out. Express them out. And it's time to sit in our true value and really start to manifest the very higher vibrational road. Venus coming into Taurus today. Today is that signal point where it all changes. Today is that signal point that can give us clarity or can give us the greatest fog if we're really not paying attention to what our intuition says. Check out my website, inclusiveastrology.com, if you have any questions or if you want to have a one-on-one reading. Thank you so much for all of your support, and I will see you tomorrow.